Good evening, parents. Thank you very much for coming tonight. I know how, especially being a parent of two small children, I can understand how hard it is to fit things into your schedule. Right now, I know that many of you work full time. On top of that, you are also a part time taxi service. You are also a part time chef, and at times probably feel like a part time police officer. So I appreciate the fact that you have taken time out of your very busy schedule to come here tonight. Thank you very much. This year, of course, the 8th graders are very excited and getting ready for the years ahead, getting ready for the upcoming high school. And so that's one thing that we work with this year. Many of the high school, we go through the high school applications and the recommendations in January. One thing I am going to ask you to do tonight is to sign the first page of the high school transcript form, because if you sign that tonight and I have my hands on it, then I don't need to hunt down pieces of paper in December or January. It saves us all a lot of stress. And so if you would sign that, I would greatly appreciate it. That way it's done now, taken care of. We don't need to worry about it anymore. One other thing to let you know about, too, is that I do have the high school information sheet that has all the upcoming due dates for all the high schools, and it has the dates of the high school placement test. It has everything, open houses, open house dates. Those are all on that one spreadsheet, and it is up on SchoolSpeak. It is there for you to access. And also it has the high school information nights that are coming up. So all of that is on SchoolSpeak right now. And in addition to those being on SchoolSpeak, I should mention to you right now that we do now have a class website, and it is up there. And you are more than welcome to go to the class website. We have many documents up there. And in fact, on our class website, we not only have all these high school papers, and on top of that, we have the the community service papers are up on the class website. But in addition to that, we also have a Google Calendar. And the Google Calendar has, right now what I'm doing is going through and putting upcoming due dates that come up, events that happen throughout the year. Everything is on that Google Calendar. You are more than welcome to subscribe to the Google Calendar, so that way you can keep track of anything that's coming up. And it's right there, right on the home screen. Easy for you to see everything before it comes up. In addition to that, I also want to thank many of you for following with the Remind service that we're doing this year. I think it's a great way for me to keep in touch with you and with students. It's a very safe way of communication. I do not have access to any cell phone numbers. Nobody has any access to my cell phone number, but at the same time, it makes it possible for me to break through to students because it's their device of choice for many of them. If your students do not own a cell phone, then please do not feel obliged to purchase them a cell phone just so they can keep in touch. It's just if they happen to have one, it's a great means of communication. And in fact, yesterday there was a homework assignment for religion to bring in a rosary. And I overheard some students saying that they had completely forgotten about the rosary until they had gotten a message with the remind that came through. And in fact, your sons and daughters are getting a message tonight while we're here because I can schedule them ahead of time. They're getting a reminder that their sweatshirt designs, if they're interested in submitting one, are due tomorrow. So it's a great way to send out little reminders, things that are happening, events. I know that some teachers even use them. They send out quiz questions, and then the first one to show up in the morning answering the quiz question gets a little prize. I'm doing a lot of new things, so that could be something I implement, but I don't want to do too much too soon. So those are there. I also want to thank some of you for following our class Twitter page. So every time, one of the nice things about the Twitter page, every time I put a new event on our calendar, the event will automatically get tweeted out, so you can see that visual reminder, see the reminder of something that's coming up. And the community service dates, as I mentioned before, are already on the calendar. they're up there for you to see. In addition to that, we are going to have a class blog this year. So that'll be a way for you to see what we're doing, what we're learning about, what kind of work the 8th graders are doing. That will be updated every week. I will have students write a post. We have a schedule, and students will take turns writing posts for that. So that's a great way for you to see what's going on. In addition, you can see on our bulletin board, we have some students who, for their summer reading project, wrote papers. We have other students who did PowerPoints and Prezis, and those are up there too. You can view their work, the PowerPoints and the Prezis, if you have a QR scanner with either an iPad or an iPhone or an Android device. You can see them, and in addition to that, there is something called augmented reality, or the app we use is Aurasma. And if you hold the device over the object, you can see a video of the student talking about what he or she did. So that's over there on the bulletin board. When we're done later, please feel free to enjoy. And as some of your students may have told you, we're doing something new in this class, something that's called flipped learning. Speaking of technology, with flipped learning, the idea is to flip a traditional class. So in other words, last year, when I would teach information to the 7th and 8th grade in social studies, I would lecture. I would give them notes, and they would take down the notes in class, and then there'd be homework and projects and things outside of class. Now with flipped learning, the idea is that I make a video of me talking. They watch the video. They answer questions as they watch the video. It's actually set up so I have a record of exactly who has seen the video and who hasn't. And also it's set up so that students cannot skip ahead in the video. So I can tell exactly who has seen it, who hasn't. And in addition to that, I can embed it with questions along the way, so I can assess while they're watching, and I can assess who is understanding the main concepts and who is having difficulty. So that's part of the flipped program. What that enables me to do is, because this sort of lower level thinking skills are done outside, where students are just taking in the information, writing down notes, because that's done outside of school, it allows the class to focus exclusively on higher order thinking skills. And so with this year, the main focus, of course, is for me to try and work with them to try and get them ready for high school. And so this flipped learning enables me to really focus on the higher order thinking skills that they're going to need to have to make it in high school. It enables me to spend more time working with them on their writing, so that way when they have rigorous writing assignments in high school, they will be that much more prepared for what they do. So those are the real benefit. Another benefit, of course, with the flipped learning model is that I know that sometimes it can be challenging if there's a project to try and negotiate if someone has a basketball practice and someone else has ballet practice. I don't know if anyone in here is in ballet, but if someone else has music practice and someone else has this tournament and that tournament, it can be very difficult to have 4 people together in the same room during any sort of free time. This, because it pushes all the lectures outside, it enables us to really work more collaboratively in the room in class. So that's one of the other real benefits of flipped learning. So that's what we're going to be doing this year. And this, of course, is, it's definitely a new thing for all of them, and it is new for me. So we're learning together as we go. So we're doing this to try and do everything we can to prepare them for the next level of education. One thing that I think that many of you are probably interested would like me to address, some of the field trips that we're going on this year. Very soon, on September 15th, we are going to the Academy of Sciences. And right now, I believe that my doppelganger is passing out permission slips to all of you. So if you would like to just go ahead and fill out the permission slip right now to get that over with, please feel free. If you're interested in chaperoning on this trip, please send me an email. My email address, of course, is tphelps@dsj.org. So please feel free to send me an email. And of course, towards the end of the year, we will be going to Sacramento in early May or late April. And we most likely will be going to Great America for their class picnic. Usually the students vote between there and the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. But Great America, they get more time there. They get to go. There are many more rides. Many more possibilities. So we'll do the class vote. But I'm pretty confident they'll go with Great America. And most likely we will go on one other one. But I'm still trying to finalize everything there. So, and I can't really say right now exactly what we're doing. But we most likely will go on one probably in the early spring. One other thing to think about now, while it's early in the year, and but before everything gets really crazy towards the end of the year with graduation and dinner dance and everything, is to start thinking about a class present, because typically, it's done, towards the end of the year in summer, but sometimes by that point, everything's going on. There are parties and gatherings, and so just to put that bug in your ear to think about what will be the class present. By the way, speaking of class presents, I think everything is going wonderfully outside with the new area. Obviously, I know we're still waiting on the grass, but I think it looks wonderful. The kids, of course, I think have gotten used to the lockers. The first day, I had to do a lot of assistance and helping with their locks because it was their first time with them. You're getting used to the 3 to the right and the full circle and some more. But they are getting used to it. So the lockers, I think, are going well at this point. So that couple of the other, speaking of big events at the end of the year, graduation, of course, is on Friday, June 5th at 5 p.m. Dinner dance is on June 4th, most likely 6 to 10. I think there might have to be ironed out, but I'm about 90% certain that it will be 6 to 10 on Thursday, June 4th. And right now, I know the scheduling is in place for senior pictures, which will be the first, probably most likely be the first Friday in January when they get back. So I think that checking the calendar here, most likely will be January 9th. So those are the big calendar dates coming up that I'm aware of. We will, one other thing that's going on, of course, on October 27th, there will be the 8th grade class retreat. We will go to the Jesuit Retreat Center in Los Altos. We do the second half of a retreat, usually at the end of May or early June. Most likely it will be late May. And to clarify, when you get the permission slip for the retreat in the next month or so, that I'm not looking for any letters with this October retreat. We usually take letters, nice letters to your son or daughter, something very kind and heartfelt to say to them before they graduate. That we will accept from you in the May retreat, not in this early retreat. Now, with this video, I have tried to remember as many things as many important, pertinent things as I could for this video. However, I am very good at forgetting things. I am a pro at forgetting things. So I'm sure that I forgot many little things that you're interested in here. So luckily, my doppelganger is here to assist you, to answer any questions you have, and with that, I hope that you all have a very good evening, and I shall see you later.